Poor Andy just doesn't understand. Um, this couch is getting turned into glue. You just don't get it. It's a comfy couch. I'm gonna miss it. Anyways, the plumbers in 2008 replaced the wrong valve on the shower, and so there was slowly been a leak on the inside of the wall, and it got up to a point where it started flooding the ceiling last week. So that's just a makeshift battery-powered fan drying it off after a few days. But long story short, the board game Risk, Hasbro officially made a StarCraft version, and of course that's after I've created and developed, or someone that isn't me did make this game. And long story short, there's two products to make this into a worldwide phenomenon like World of Warcraft. You know, of course, my version was called World of StarCraft. It's going to be a telephone mouse controller, joystick, just like for consoles. And it's going to say Firefall on it, kind of like Firefest, virtually. And then the other product is like a face costume for making these videos. There's so much crafting and work that goes into making these games. It's like not even worth recording. Frankly, it's embarrassing. Like watching a video of someone sitting at a slot machine. But the difference is the heroes in the game are going to be played on a cell phone, and the graphics are going to be stunning modern graphics like World of Warcraft. Meanwhile, the old classic StarCraft does have remastered graphics on a computer. They're going to be playing the same game, and in Risk, people just have to know what Risk it is. It has 3 units: artillery, tank, and cavalry. But there's also, we're going to add these heroes, right? Just like there's heroes in regular StarCraft: Gem Raynor, Jimmy, Artanis, the scout, of the Protoss, and stuff such as that. For Ire and Taro Adun, it's like the only fantasy thing that I'm involved in. I'm not into Lord of the Rings. I'm not into anything like that. I know Stephen Colbert is. Really, that's his favorite thing is Lord of the Rings, and I don't really mess with any type of fantastic stuff except for StarCraft. But long story short, video gamers that grew up in the 1900s are just completely getting left behind by mobile gaming. It's starting to dwarf old consoles and computer games. So we're going to try to bridge the gap by adding little special hero characters that can run around just like in a free-for-all of whatever it's called, the Battle Royale, right? In the Battle Royale, having 2 accounts, having 2 phones, having 2 controllers, 2 characters is always going to pay off. But if it's a team sport, it's not going to pay off. It's just going to be one, player is going to be doing this a lot of the time. And it'll pay off in a free-for-all, but not in something like a team sport. So Risk is a free-for-all. There's no Risk teams and alliances. That's a diplomatic thing, but long story short, it's going to be great. And, the framework has already been laid out with Battlefield, I think it's 4, the added commander mode, which sort of combined, it even had the ability to do it from a cell phone, and play with people on Xbox from a top-down perspective, just like an old classic board game or real-time strategy games. And in real time, the player can take control of one little character with the official Firefall mouse, kind of like Firefest, World of Warcraft and StarCraft and Blizzard and all these blah blah blah. I was just gonna generate the images with Bing Designer of the computer mouse that clicks with the thumb, kind of like on a controller. The X button on a PlayStation controller is the thumb. It's not the pointer finger. So there's a lot of changes that can be made to the joystick. There could be an official headset that comes with a mask that alters the voice to sound like, I can say, Taro Adun, and I'm Artanis, the Protoss hero of the story or whatever, you know. For ire, you must construct additional pylons. You know, if you have 7 pylons piled together, that's just one giant pylon. But, you know, the psionic blades of Zeratul, the Zealot, or the Zealot, he's one of the heroes, and, you know, there's Archons and all this stuff, but yeah, the psionic blade is powered by PSI, which is kind of like the energy force of, you know, there's a lot of fire and ice symbolism in World of Warcraft that I don't really know anything about, but the blue minerals that are the resources in StarCraft look like ice, and they can be burned with the fire bat, who's kind of like the flamethrower guy, and or like a swordsman or something in a classic battle type thing. But you know, I really could talk about this forever, and I have been talking about this forever since before 2008, when I had my first and only real hit on YouTube was World of StarCraft. It was kind of clickbait before clickbait was known about, but man, it's just, that's all it, these two products of having the costume that someone can wear as they're playing a game, and in this video they can be playing on their computer, on a phone. It would be on a external Discord server, whatever. It used to just be chatting that the community held the community together, but StarCraft is still going strong. My Risk StarCraft still going strong. People are playing Hasbro official Risk board games of StarCraft brand with the characters and units, but it's just so wild to think about and imagine this is going to be the greatest game, and I'm the next guy of hundreds and if not thousands, and how many guys say they got the next big thing, but this is going to be huge, and it's going to be awesome, but people have to have the vision for it, you know, by just talking about it now, and talk is cheap.